Hello, my name is Not From This World, and I create computer-generated images to build comics for commission. Alrighty. Hello, Daz Studio patrons. This is Not From This World, and I want to welcome you back to my tutorial series. Now, in this video, I thought it would be interesting to talk about what I expect if you want to be one of my clients. I do a lot of commission work, and I must say, 9 out of 10 times, I have the best clients ever. I do work in adult themes, and my goal with any client is to get them the comic that they want. Of course, with some boundaries, but I work really hard to provide a quality product for them. And almost all of the time, the clients are great. But I don't think that they really understand what it takes to go from this to this. And I thought I'd just talk about this a little bit. I guess the reason why I thought about this was I have 4 commissions currently going on at the same time, and I usually don't take on that much work, but I just couldn't turn down some of the stories and ideas that my clients have had. So I did take it on, but I do tell them up front that I have a life. I can't work on the comics 24 hours a day, that I have a job, and this is kind of a weekend gig for me a lot of the times, and that they have to be patient. And most clients are very receptive to that, and they don't expect that comic to be produced over the one weekend or so. I have gone with clients several months creating the content, and I do try and provide them with updates as much as I can. And I know I could be better at this, but hey, life gets in the way sometimes, and you just can't do everything that you intend to do sometimes right away. This tutorial is kind of to all of you prospective clients out there that may want to commission a work. I think it's important for people to understand that it is a difficult process to get those images made, refined, rendered, and give you a final product. So of course, to get a scene like this, I have to design the scene, understand what the client wants, make test pictures, send the test pictures to the client for approval. And then once I have test pictures set up and the A-OK given by the client, then I build the scene. So you know how hard it is to build a scene. You have to set up your character and build the character. With clients, I either have to design a character that they want, or I have to build a pre-existing character that fits what they want. So if you want a commission, you just need to understand that it takes some time to build your character. You have something in mind that you want. I'm trying to interpret that and give you the best results. And sometimes I get such crazy requests that I just can't do, or that it's just too hard to do and too time consuming. So you have to understand that. Now, once we have your character, now I'm going to set up the scene. So it takes time to build this scene, to set up the props, to set up the environment, the background here. I have to build all of this. So once I have the character created, I'm adding all the props, I'm adding the environment. Then I have to set up the lighting. The lighting is one of the most important things. In this scene, I have 3 spotlights, kind of our traditional spotlight setup where they are forming a triangle to get the best lighting possible. And of course, for this scene, I do have an advantage because Milica is around a bunch of windows. So the dome and scene is going to play a nice part in the lighting. But I have these lights set up. This takes some time. You want to get the lights perfect. And trust me, clients do not like the lighting wrong. And then I've got cameras. So I have to set up various cameras and get them in the position. What I try and do for a lot of comics is to use render queue and set up multiple cameras where I can make multiple scenes. So if I am, let's say, building a comic where people are talking, I'm going to set up several cameras in those positions to render multiple pictures at once to have that conversation. So in this case, I have 3 cameras that I'm going to set up, and they're actually, for this, they're in no particular order except for just to show how cute Milica is. So we're just going to set these up, and it's always good to do a test. So I can run a test to just make sure the lighting looks good. A lot of times, you know how it is, the texture view will show a very dark picture, but you can see how very bright this is. So this looks really good. So I have to get all of the lights and cameras set up. Then I've got to pose the character the way that I like. So I use a lot of pre-poses. And if we go to my content under Genesis 8 Female, I have a whole folder full of poses. And I use those and then adjust them. So this takes time. Once I have the pose set up the way that I want it, the camera set up, the lighting set up, all the props in the correct spot, now I can render. So in this case, I'm going to render with render queue, and render queue is going to give me those 3 pictures that I just set up using those cameras. So I'm just going to hit add current, go to all visible cameras, hit OK, and then let's just render these up. Here's picture number 1. Dang, Milica's cute. She is super cute. Here's picture number 2. Now with rendering, it all has to do with timing. Some renders like these are very quick and they are rendering within seconds or minutes. I often have my render times go 4 to 5 minutes a piece, but sometimes they can get up to 20, 30, even 40 minutes a piece. So it just really depends on the setup and design of your scene. All right, here's our 3rd picture. So now the rendering is finished. Now, once I have this scene rendered, now I've got to work on post work. And so this takes quite a bit of time. So often if I'm only doing dialogue, I will just simply use Microsoft Paint because it's easy to just add your dialogue. But if I have to do post work, like if there's a mistake, maybe there's poke through or something like that, I do need to go into GIMP and do some post work where I'm cleaning up the scene. Sometimes I need to lighten, darken things, that kind of stuff. So once I have this post work done, then I can finally finish the picture and get it into the comic. The biggest thing for me accepting clients is just that they need to be flexible and they need to be patient. I will go to great lengths to please you and make it so that you feel your money was worth spending for a commission. And usually I get a wonderful response and they tell me that my work is above and beyond what they expected. And that's my goal. I might be a little bit slower, but I try and produce a really good product. So for all of you prospective clients out there, just remember these things. I'm a human. I've got a life outside of Daz Studio. It's going to take some time. I really appreciate all of you out there. I think some of my clients actually watch these videos, so kudos to you. I hope you've liked and subscribed and left comments for me. And if you are a client of mine, give me a heads up in the comment section and let me know, because I'd love to hear from you. All right, well, I hope this tutorial wasn't too goofy and you can appreciate it. Maybe if you are a content creator, you can think about how to approach clients and what's best for you personally. I just kind of gave you my feelings about it, and I hope this was somewhat useful to you. All right, until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day and happy rendering. Get some of those commissions going. It's a great way to make a little bit of cash and a way to make Daz Studio a little bit more useful to you.